this is one of my favorite things. Again, the women that I work with, and we start working together and they start feeling better, they start having more joy in their life. Not because of anything that I am doing to like give them joy. It is literally, they feel better. They are less stressed. They're managing their day better. They increase their own capacity. And they're like, oh my gosh, I started playing piano again. I started taking voice lessons again. I started painting because they have time and capacity. They're not drained at the end of the day. They're not zoning or numbing out. Nope, they're doing all the things. And then they have so much internal energy left over that it pours back into you. That allows your nervous system to reset even better. Hey there, welcome to the Female Health Solution podcast, where we discuss women's health, hormones, and everything else in between. Join me as we dive into the tools that you need to live your healthiest life. Hey there, everyone. Welcome back to the Female Health Solution podcast. I'm your host, Dr. Beth Westy. Today, we're going to talk about certain things that you should stop doing that are draining you and slowing down your metabolism. Now, these are some things I've mentioned in other posts before, podcasts before, but I wanted to bring it up again because we have our free 5-day starting very, very soon. You do not want to miss out on this amazing 5-day that we have coming. If you have had hormonal issues, felt lost, not sure where to start, this is the place to start. If you have been frustrated with how you're feeling, stuck in your body, just again, not getting anywhere with anything, and you're like, I don't even know what to try next, this is the place to start. It is a free 5-day meal plan, lots of great healthy lifestyle tips, tricks, all those things, and invite anybody that you know because everyone is welcome. Everyone is welcome to join. Again, we're just going to be diving in for 5 days to really highlight some very specific things that are going to be really helpful for the female body. So I'm really excited about that. But today we're going to talk about, again, things that drain and then slow metabolism. The first thing, I've got 5 things that I want to cover. The first thing, the very first thing here, I wrote down because I hear this again and again and again, and I myself am also very guilty of this from time to time. Yes. It is ignoring your body signals. Yeah, ignoring completely what's going on for you. Ignoring 100% thinking, oh, this random pain I have, nope, it'll probably go away by tomorrow. Hopefully. Oh, this headache, oh, it's fine. It's fine. I'm probably imagining it. I mean, unless your arm falls off, you're going to keep going with your day, with your tasks, with all the things that you have to do, right? But this is where our body never does anything without a reason. It's telling us something, right? Do you have a random knee pain and you're like, why does my knee hurt? I didn't hurt my knee. Did I fall on it? Did I bump it? Is there a bruise? Oh my gosh, I don't have time for this. Ugh, I have to go to the gym, but my knee is sore. Maybe I'll just take something. Otherwise, I can't miss my workout because my knee hurts. Again, there's a reason your knee hurts. There's a reason your knee hurts. And for women especially, there are certain times of the month that you are more sensitive to pain, soreness, things like that. And as your body changes throughout your life, going into perimenopause and menopause, there will be phases that you are more prone to pain conditions and those things feeling worse to you than they used to. That is also, I know, I hate to say it, normal. But ignoring it completely and pretending it's not there is not a healthy relationship to have with your body. So pay attention when your body tells you something. That's the first thing, because being in pain all the time, not knowing where to start or pretending it's not there, you can only will yourself through so many things. So the second thing is eating the same all month long. Eating the same all month long, the same nutrients day in, day out. I'm eating this many calories and this many macros and this and this and this, and I'm going to keep it the same all month. That is great. That's what's best for my body. No, that whole system, that whole premise, the whole thing about eating the same every day is made for the male body. That's right. Not the female body. Our system shifts and changes throughout the month and throughout our lives. And so it's really important we understand, okay, what's going on for me right now? Like, where am I at now with things? And how do I really help myself move forward? All right, I say you're mid-30s, you've had kids, and you're like, gosh, I'm really fatigued. I still feel like I have energy in the morning, but I really crash towards the end of the day. What's wrong with me? Nothing. You might not be getting enough nutrient for what your body needs right now. Yeah. Maybe you're not getting enough sleep so that you're pushing yourself too hard and then not getting enough minerals in. So eating the same doesn't allow for those variations. Eating the same and just telling your system, oh, I shouldn't be hungry. I shouldn't have these cravings. I am going to ignore that completely. No. Lean into the different things your body needs throughout the month. Women need more nutrients, more calories, more fats, more proteins, more minerals in weeks 3 and 4 of your cycle, right? In the luteal phase of your cycle, where progesterone is elevated. When you go through perimenopause and into menopause, you need more protein. So eating the same at 50 versus I'm eating the same as I did 5 years ago, 10 years ago, not going to work. No wonder your body isn't responding. And then in doing that again and again adds more stress to your system. That's going to be draining. It's going to be frustrating, and overall slows down your metabolism. If you're thinking, oh my gosh, well, what do I do? How do I do these things? How do I shift these things? This is what we do in the 5-day. This is what we do. So jump on in, follow that link, join us in this 5-day. All right. The next thing is restricting nutrients. It's similar to what I just talked about, but again, the same thing. Restricting nutrients does not work. That is not a long-term plan. Oh, I need to lose weight. Just eat less. Do you know women who say things like, well, I've cut my calories down to 1,200 calories a day, and I am, I'm losing a lot of weight, 2 pounds a week. That's muscle. That's mostly muscle. Come on, right? And the thing is, as your body ages, the ability to utilize fat for energy versus muscle when you're doing a restriction like that is less because of certain hormonal chemistry in your body, like growth hormone, things like that. It changes as the body ages. This is a natural thing. It's not bad. But just know that if you were like, yeah, I was 22 and I cut my calories for a couple of weeks, really slimmed down. Yeah, that's 22-year-old you. 42-year-old you, that's not going to work at all. It's going to make you cranky, exhausted. It can cause gut disruption. It's going to deplete you, drain you, and then overall slow down your metabolism because then your body doesn't know where its next nutrients are coming from. So it stores everything, absolutely everything. Yeah. So it's not helpful to just cut calories. It's not helpful to restrict nutrients. It's not going to get you the long-term results. How women gain and lose muscle mass is very different. Slower to gain, maximum like 0.5 pound to 1 pound of muscle a month. Yep, especially if you are, 30s, 40s, 50s. And I'm not saying this to like be a bummer or to say you can't build muscle. You can. Just know that it's not going to happen overnight. You have to have a long-term plan for this. And the same thing if you're losing weight, you want it to go slower because you want to have muscle at the same time. There's nothing more valuable for your frame, for your meat suit, than that to be skeletal muscle. It helps your immune system, it helps your strength, it helps your resilience, your metabolism, all of that. So cutting calories slows all that down. Okay. Fourth thing, pushing yourself with little sleep just to make sure you make it to your workout. I also am very guilty of doing this in the past. I have 3 kids, and when they were little, when I had toddlers and babies at home and I didn't get to sleep through the night very often, there would be times where I would think, because this was just part of it, and be told, oh my gosh, you got to exercise every day. When did I have time to exercise? Right? I would have to get up really early before other people were up and go do some type of activity or something like that. When did I have time for that? When did I have time for that? Before the sun came up and everybody was sleeping. So oftentimes, and this is back like even when I was nursing, the baby would wake up really early in the morning, like at 4 a.m. I'd nurse the baby, put the baby down, and then try and go do a workout or something. To shower, get ready, nurse the baby again when she got up, and then try and get ready for work. I would go on and off that pattern because it was really hard to be sustainable with that. What was probably more valuable for my body at that time? Sleep. I mean, with 3 little kids, you're not just like sitting around on the couch all day, right? You're constantly active. I could have worked in some type of strength training or things like that throughout the day. Probably. I just wasn't focused on it at all because I, in my head, thought I have to get to the gym, do these things, work out like this, sweat for an hour. That's a workout. Anything less is not valuable. And I would go through periods of depletion and everything else. Yeah. So if you are noticing, oh my gosh, I'm in a phase, I'm not sleeping well, I've been getting less amounts of sleep, somebody or something is waking me up. Should I wake up really early just to get to the gym? Or should I get the sleep and rest my body needs? Yes. And then find a different way to get that activity in. Find a different time, find a different place. And again, to build and maintain lean muscle, you don't need to crank it all day, every day at the gym. Lifting weights at least once a week or doing some type of resistance training once a week is going to maintain. It's not going to build necessarily, but maintain. Twice a week, then it would be more like working towards building. 3 to 4, yes, of course, that's better than twice a week. But again, we're talking like minimum here. What would you be looking at doing? So finding time on the weekend to do strength training. You can do 2 days in a row, upper body and lower body. There you go. You did strength training. You did are those days back to back? Sure. Is it better to do like a Wednesday and a Saturday? Sure. Or even do a Friday and a Sunday. Something that gets you 2 days a week where you're doing some type of resistance training and then getting your system back in it, right? Where you're not exhausted and forcing yourself to get up early just to get to the gym. That's not going to overall move things forward. It's going to mentally drain you and it's going to slow down your metabolism. And the last thing is giving yourself a mental break. Give yourself a mental break. Oh my gosh. I feel like I have this conversation with literally everybody I work with, every woman that I work with. At some point, we have a conversation about the mental load that she's carrying and how we expect and are expected to be on all day long. You wake up in the morning, your eyes are open. Oh, be 100%. Be 100% capacity. Be 100% motivation. Be 100% productivity until the second you have the opportunity to close your eyes at night and go to sleep. What? Our nervous systems just don't work like that. We can be incredibly productive, right? And capable of anything and everything. It just doesn't have to be all the time. If you are feeling that you are overwhelmed, overstimulated, too stressed, those things. This is not, if somebody's listening to this and thinking, oh, that's just being wimpy. You should be able to power through that. Okay. As someone who spent her entire life powering through things, all the things, right? What's even harder is giving your nervous system the space and capacity to reset. This can look like you doing a hobby that you enjoy. This is one of my favorite things. Again, the women that I work with, and we start working together and they start feeling better, they start having more joy in their life. Not because of anything that I am doing to like give them joy. It is literally, they feel better. They are less stressed. They're managing their day better. They increase their own capacity. And they're like, oh my gosh, I started playing piano again. I started taking voice lessons again. I started painting. I'm reading books now because they have time and capacity. They're not drained at the end of the day. They're not zoning or numbing out from anything, right? They're not coming home at the end of the day crashing, trying to get everybody everywhere, do all the things and then toast. Nope, they're doing all the things and then they have so much internal energy left over that it pours back into you. That allows your nervous system to reset even better. Yeah. So just expecting you to function all day long, It's not only a really unfair expectation of you, but it's not realistic until you get all the way burned out. You can take breaks. You can take time. It can be 10 minutes. Go for a walk outside for no other purpose than just to be outside and breathe outside air. Right? You can do all of these other things for no purpose other than it makes you happy, because that's what's going to help reset your nervous system the best. Not continuing to push and not continuing to ignore when you feel overwhelmed. There are certain things where I will notice I'm more sensitive to now, like loud noises or my kids being really loud or the dogs being really loud or something. And there's sometimes I think it's really fun and I get, and I play with them and it's very enjoyable and all those things. And recognizing that, acknowledging that, and leaning into that fact is really, really, really valuable. Not ignoring it, not expecting yourself to just keep moving on with your day without getting a mental break or emotional break. That's really unfair to expect of yourself. So those are my top 5 things. Stop doing these things. Start working on yourself. And if you're like, oh my gosh, where do I start? What can I do? The free 5-day. Join us. It is going to be so much fun. Again, there's a meal guide. It's very easy and simple to follow. You can do it if you have a family or live with other people. It's scalable for that. Absolutely. You do not have to cook things a certain way or restrict in any way at all, right? It is like, I don't care if you use certain spices or whatever. That's great. It's not about, not having your favorite things. If you're like, then I don't get to put creamer in my coffee. No, put creamer in your coffee if that's how you like your coffee, right? This is about eating for a way that's going to replenish you and reset yourself and your hormones. That's what we do in the 5-day. I can't wait to see you there. Let me know if you have any other questions. Let me know if you need any other guidance. Otherwise, thank you for tuning in and being here, and I will see you later. Thank you for joining me on today's episode. If you would like more information, just head on over to drbethwesty.com for all the show notes and information from today's episode. And if you're looking for more community, more support, you can find and follow me on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, TikTok, and I would love to see you there.